Hello and welcome to the news update. I'm Moses Humphrey. The National Population Commission (NPC) disclosed that it is set to conduct the 2023 Population and Housing Census. According to NAN, the NPC Federal Commissioner in Adamawa, Clifford Zira, said the commission is waiting for instructions from President Bola Tinubu to start the exercise. Recall that in April, the former Minister of Information and Culture, Lai Mohammed, announced that the federal government has postponed the census. Speaking to journalists yesterday in Yola, Zira stated that Tinubu is satisfied with the level of progress the commission has recorded in preparation for the census, adding that the exercise is critical to the future of Nigeria. He mentioned that the postponement has also given the commission the opportunity to perfect its processes and systems for the conduct of the first ever digital census. He further disclosed that the commission has carried out all the necessary preparations, such as the enumeration, area demarcation, conduct of pre-test and trial census, training of field staff, and establishment of ICT infrastructure across the country, among other activities. The Nigerian Association of Resident Doctors, NAD, has listed the release of the circular for one-for-one replacement of clinical staff and the payment of the 2023 Medical Residency Training Fund as minimum conditions to call off its indefinite strike, which commenced on July 26. The national president of NAD, Dr. Emeka Orji, disclosed this yesterday. Orji said, though the planned nationwide protest was suspended, the association has given the federal government 72 hours to meet some of its urgent demands to call off its strike. According to him, the association will decide to continue or call off the strike by Friday, August 12. Well, no fewer than 2 persons have been killed while several other passengers sustained injuries in a lone fatal crash yesterday in the Shagamu area of the Lagos-Ibadan Expressway. It was gathered that a Mazda bus, which was loaded with passengers and said to be heading towards Lagos from Ibadan, lost control of the steering before the corn oil station along the express and fell into a gutter just beside the road. The victims, including the driver, were rushed to the Idera Private Hospital, where 2 passengers were confirmed dead by the doctor on duty. Confirming the crash yesterday, the State Police Public Relations Officer, SP Omolola Odutola, said the corpses of the 2 deceased victims had been deposited at the hospital morgue in Shagamu. Top diplomats from the United Nations, UN, African Union, AU, and the Economic Community of West African States, ECOWAS, will storm Abuja to take major decisions at the extraordinary summit on the political developments in the Niger Republic today. The summit, which is expected to plot the ouster of the junta, will be hosted by the chairman of the ECOWAS of heads of state and government, President Bola Tinubu. Now, this came as the Nigerian Supreme Council for Islamic Affairs warned the federal government and ECOWAS against carrying out a military action in Niger. The Deputy Secretary General of the Nigerian Supreme Council for Islamic Affairs, Professor Salisu Shehu, in a statement yesterday, warned that sanctions like the ones imposed by ECOWAS would be counterproductive and would have socioeconomic negative implications for both Nigerians and Nigerians, especially as we share common history and borders. Well, no fewer than 48 suspects were arrested in the Katsina state metropolis as Governor Dikko Radda led security operatives to raid criminal hideouts in the state capital. According to a statement yesterday by the governor's chief press secretary, Ibrahim Mohammed, operatives of various security agencies in the state took part in the operation. Mohammed added that as a follow-up to the Tuesday night raid, the governor convened an emergency meeting early on Wednesday with security chiefs to discuss the resurgence of crime in some parts of the state. In business, the Nigerian Electricity Regulatory Commission, NERC, has just released the first quarter report, which stated that Niger currently owes Nigeria 4.22 billion naira for power supply. According to the report, Niger State's power firm, Nigerian Electricity Society, was yet to remit the $5.48 million invoice issued for power supply by the Nigerian market operator. The NERC mandated the market operator to invoke the provision of the market rules to curtail the payment in discipline being exhibited by the various market participants. Recall that last week it was reported that the power supply from Nigeria to the Republic of Niger was stopped on August the 2nd. In foreign news, the capital of China, Beijing, has lifted a COVID-era ban on outbound group tours to dozens of countries, including the United States and Japan. The Chinese Ministry of Culture and Tourism disclosed this today in a statement. Recall that China had in 2020 cut itself off from the world as part of a strict zero-COVID strategy, using visa suspensions and lengthy quarantines to curb the import of virus cases into the country. According to the statement, travel agencies across the country and online travel companies will resume operating outbound group tours to more than 70 countries, including the United States, United Kingdom, Japan, and South Korea. Earlier this year, the Chinese tour group received permission to visit a small number of countries under a trial program, including tourist magnets Thailand, Italy, and France. The tourism ministry said outbound tourism had been developing in a stable manner since the start of the trial period, playing a positive role in promoting tourism exchanges and cooperation. In sports, Benfica yesterday defeated its rivals Porto 2-0 to claim the Portuguese Super Cup for the 9th time. Reigning league champion Benfica came out on top courtesy of a 61st minute strike from Argentine international Angel Di Maria and Croatian import Petar Musa 7 minutes later. Porto ended the game with 10 men after a red card for Pepe, while it also had a late goal from Galeno ruled out. Benfica added a 9th Super Cup to their 38 league title secured last season. Well, congratulations to the team. And that's the news update on VOP TV. We'd like you to subscribe and engage us on YouTube. It's Voice of the People TV. And on other social media channels, we are at VOP TV Live. I'm Moses Humphrey. Good morning.